What's your take on all these MMA guys who are now talking boxing? Let me just put something else out there. All these guys are now training higher level boxing with better guys, but they're training it as 1/4 of their training, and boxers train boxing their whole lives. Why do they think they can beat these boxers?
Well, it all comes down, I guess you could look at it like, you could bring the guy into MMA. You could bring like a Floyd Mayweather into MMA, and he's probably going to get taken down and the shit pounded out of him very quickly, right?
Yeah.
But Floyd Mayweather is a fucking sweet boxer.
Yeah.
People are going to have a hard time with that guy. He is, he runs his mouth, he talks about his shit, but he is, one of the best of all time. He may, there's the argument that who's the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now, whether it's Manny Pacquiao or whether it's Floyd Mayweather. Hopefully we'll find out down the line.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But boxing, it's a completely different animal than MMA, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's an aspect of MMA, but it's completely different.
But yeah, these guys train that aspect, but they don't dedicate their lives to it like boxers do. So my basic question is, what the fuck are these guys thinking?
Well, Andre Arlovsky, for example, he was training, he's training with Freddie Roach down there in, I think it's in LA somewhere.
Yeah.
And, he even said it the other day, he said he focused too much on his boxing and didn't focus enough on his wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Not that it really made a fucking difference because Brett Rogers knocked him out anyway in only a few seconds. But I find that these guys, they think, maybe we can transition over to the boxing world. I say it has a lot to do with the dinero that comes involved with the boxing scene.
Yeah.
You think it has a lot to do with what?
Money in
boxing. Just the opportunity to make more money. Yeah,
for sure. And Tim Arlovsky comes out, and it looked like he thought he was starting a sparring match. He's going to move around a little bit, throw a couple jabs, do a couple head fakes. And when that guy drilled him with a 4-ounce glove 4 or 5 times in a 7-punch backyard combination, it didn't work out. I mean, I train boxing every day with a guy named Billy Martin who trains Steve Molitor and like top level guys, and I learn a ton from it. But he trains me with the knowledge in mind that I'm fighting MMA, But a lot of these guys do that and then go and fight boxing. But, it'll be interesting to talk to Pulver about it because he's had 4 pro boxing matches.
But Tim Sylvia, his fight with Mercer was actually technically under MMA rules, right? Because it didn't get sanctioned at the last minute.
It's a really good point, actually.
So in his head, now all of a sudden I'm fighting an MMA fight.
And he threw a kick.
But meanwhile...
He threw a kick.
Who did? Mercer?
Sylvia.
Oh, yeah.
Threw a kick.
But Mercer...
I don't think it really mattered at the end of the day whether it was going to be boxing rules or... MMA rules. I think they were both going to stand and bang at the end of the day.
Right.
They caught a lot of shit over that fight because it was kind of illegal. They went to Alabama to have that fight because they couldn't get a commission to sanction it. I think they were supposed to have that card in New Jersey a while back.
Yeah.
But they had to move it to Alabama because they wouldn't sanction it up there. Ray Mercer, he's 50 years old, but he's a boxer. He's a former champion. It might have been in the early 90s that he was a champion, but nonetheless, he's a boxing champ.
Yeah, but that also Kimbo Slice beat him. Kimbo Slice beat Ray Mercer, right?
No.
Yes.
Yes, Kimbo Slice it was technically not his first MMA fight. It was kind of like an amateur MMA fight. Yeah. But yeah, he choked out Ray Mercer in like a minute and a half.
Oh wow.
See?
Well, he took him to the ground.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But he stood with him for a little bit first. But I mean,
when you think about it, Tim Sylvia coming in and getting knocked out in 10 seconds by fucking Ray Mercer, it makes this sport, it makes MMA look like shit because Tim Sylvia is a former heavyweight champion in the UFC. No matter how many people, everybody fucking hates Tim Sylvia, but
for sure.
He was a former champion, so it kind of makes it look bad when a 50-year-old Ray Mercer comes in and he puts you on your ass. And he went out cold, too. He was like a tree falling in the woods.
Yeah, but I don't know if that actually changes anybody's opinion. And if it does, I'm surprised. I don't know if it should change anybody's opinion on the fact...
hardcore fans. But you got to keep in mind that a lot of this sport, there's the hardcore fan base that's there, but there's also the... like the newbie fan base.
Right, but where's...
You got your what do they call it? You got your tough noob. And then you got your CBS noob and your Kimbo Slice noob. So there's always.
But look at. It's not like you're watching. Like you watched a 300-pound guy who was pretty out of shape taking an ex-heavyweight champ lightly. It doesn't matter how old the dude is. I mean, if you get George Foreman in the ring, that guy can still crank out a punch. If you stand in front of it, you're going to get down on your ass and you're not going to be able to get back up. I don't think that's news to anybody.
No.
And if it is surprising, fuck.
But if any idiot who says boxers could beat any MMA guy, they just go, see, that guy's old.
But then you go, okay, great. Well, that's, I mean, I think it stands for good reason that You get the world's best MMA fighter and stand him in front of the world's best boxer under boxing rules. The boxer's going to fucking kick his ass.
Under MMA rules.
And then you get the world's best against each other under MMA rules. The MMA fighter's going to kick his fucking ass. Because the MMA fighter shouldn't be stupid enough to run straight in, throw his face into a punch.
Yeah.
He's going to run in and fucking take the guy down and fucking choke him out.
Sure.
And the boxer's going to have no answer on the ground.
Yeah. So let's.
So I don't know if there's much of an argument there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the story is Tim Sylvia was fat and out of shape, I think. But
okay, what about the fight cards coming up this weekend?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you what you think of Crow Cop fucking the UFC.
There's a couple different levels you can look at that. First and foremost, I don't even know if it's fucking true anymore.
True.
Because there's been so much shit that can be like, Kevin and I, Kevin's a buddy of mine. I talk to Kevin a lot on the internet and stuff.
Yeah.
He came out right away after UFC 99, and he kind of reported that happened. But then, and I mean, Dana was pissed, but Dana kind of gets pissed off anyway.
Yeah, it's just
a lot of things. But I mean, he reported that happened, and he was talking to him when he was leaving for Dream and all that shit. But then now Crow Cop's denying the whole thing.
Yeah, but Dream just
saying
announced
that he wishes that Dana had waited to talk to him before believing any rumors.
Well, Junkie just announced today that Dream confirmed it.
Yeah, well, apparently the U.S., the guy that runs Dream in the U.S. confirmed that Crow Cop signed. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
At the end of the day, the way you got to look at it, I don't know if you follow Crow Cop's career, but I followed Crow Cop back, Pride days and shit like that. And even back into when he won the Grand Prix in 2006, the openweight Grand Prix when he beat Wanderlei in the finals, he held out for more money then just to fight in the finals, things like that. He's always been kind of the type of guy that's always looking for the better deal and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where it kind of sucks if you're a Crow Cop fan because you're going to want to see him in the UFC.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Dana White, I don't want to say it looks good on him to get fucked over, but Dana kind of, I don't know. He's always running his mouth about a lot of people, and it's kind of a different take to see Dana White get fucked over.
Yeah, but here on the other hand,
it does give him an opportunity to run his mouth on Crow Cop.
Yeah, but this is the one and only one fight deal he's ever done, and then all of a sudden people are gonna say, "Well, give Fedor a one fight deal," and he'll say, "The last time I gave a one fight deal, I got fucked."
Robin, motherfucker, that's exactly it right there. That is what's going to happen.
I'm a genius.
Robin his brain power has kicked into 3%.
Yeah.
And come up with a genius comment.
That's exactly it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's been talk about maybe bringing Fedor in for that one big fight. Maybe have him fight Brock Lesnar or Frank Mir, whoever wins that fight at UFC 100.
Yeah.
But I think that'll fuck everything up. He probably won't do it again.
Okay, so
Dana's not going to deal with them shady Russians.
What are the odds then that he actually paid Mirko Crow Cop to fuck him over, so that way he gets to use that as his excuse of why he won't sign Fedor for a one-fight deal?
This is not
it's a conspiracy show now. All right.
Anyway.
Okay. There's been conspiracy theories about this whole thing, but I don't think that's the case.
I just thought I'd throw a new one out there.
Yes, I like it.
All right, let's get your opinion on some of the fights coming up this weekend. You've got opinions on the Strikeforce Challenger Series. You've got Santos versus Villasenor. Who do you see winning in that one?
I like Joey Villasenor. I like Santos, but I'm picking Santos to win that fight. I think he's one of those guys. He's going to come in. He's going to want to bang. He's probably going to knock Villasenor out, I think.
But
I could be wrong.
If they stand and just trade, it'll be awesome. Like just two monsters just try to kill each other. Everybody loves that.
Cool. Tim Kennedy versus Nick Thompson.
The GOAT.
Tim Kennedy. I'm a Tim Kennedy fan.
I like that GOAT though. He makes it boring, but he wins.
Tim Kennedy, you don't hear him a lot because I think he's in the Army and stuff like that, so he's usually busy with that. But I think Tim Kennedy, he's a tough dude, so I think he'll take that fight.
What else? What were your thoughts on Vanderlei and Franklin?
I think Vanderlei won the. I think he took the decision, but it could have went either way. It was one of those things where it really could have went either way. It's kind of, I guess, who you kind of decide, who you're more of a fan of, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the MMA journalism world, but I'm also a fan, right?
Right.
And I'm a bit of a Wanderlei fan, so
yeah.
I kind of was pulling for him anyway.
Yeah,
I was on SureDog. They had me as one of the pros picks, which I always find shocking, right? But I picked Franklin by decision. So, I'm brilliant.
That's really why you wanted to talk about that fight?
Pretty much.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Robin, for your contribution and giving
Yeah.
yourself a big pat on the back.
Yeah.